Hi everyone, welcome. Sally Ellerhorn here, coming to you from my office in Costa Rica, in my home. And today, what I'd like to talk to you about are your thoughts. And specifically, I'd like to say that your problems are not caused by your thoughts. Now, what do I mean by this? And I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit about this, because I feel so passionate about the subject. As so many teachers and coaches, and there's so much stuff on the internet telling you that all your problems are caused by your thoughts. And if you just think positive thoughts, then you'll have the perfect life. You'll manifest all your dreams, get your goals, achieve your goals, and everything will be perfect. No, this is not the case. And anyone who's had the same affirmation for years and it's still not happened will relate to this. So what is more important always than your thoughts is your emotions, is the mood you are in. And emotions precede thoughts. So emotions produce your thoughts most of the time. You will have a feeling about a situation or a circumstance, and then will come your thoughts. And neuroscience has proven this. Modern psychology agrees that emotions come first. And our emotions demand more attention than thoughts. Emotions trump thoughts every time. They are far more dominant. So, also, I just want to recap on the science part. It's our reptilian part of our brain that produces emotions, which is the oldest part of the brain. And the thinking part of our brain, the frontal lobes, was developed over millions of years. So your emotions come first. This is really important to remember. You will have a feeling about a situation or a circumstance, and then will come your thoughts. So while I agree that managing your thoughts is important, and excuse me, especially negative self-talk, it's very important to manage that and not to be so hard on yourself, because that can really undermine your self-esteem and knock your confidence, making mountains out of molehills. And be careful also of rumination. I'm giggling because I love the word rumination. But rumination is about thinking and pondering on your situation. And what you don't want to do is ruminate too much in a negative way. So managing your thoughts is important, but the number one thing you must do is manage your feelings. All right? And I should talk to you about how to do that. So this is why just doing things like affirmations, writing down your goals, doesn't work for a lot of people, or some of it doesn't work. Because unless your emotions are on board, then you can repeat those affirmations all you like. It's not going to happen. And this comes down to the law of attraction. Okay? Most people are taught that what you think about, you attract. No, what is more important is what you feel, you attract. What you feel, the mood you are in, determines what you attract, because your feelings produce your vibration, your frequency, and you attract the same vibrational match. You attract the same back. So your feelings are so important. And you might say to me, well, I can't control my feelings. And I would have to disagree with that. Now, obviously, there are situations where you can't control your emotional response. And you might even just wake up in the morning and not feel too good. And there might be a physiological reason for that, hormone imbalances and so on. Of course, that can happen. But you do have an element of choice. You do have an element of choice about how you feel and how you want to feel. What do most people want? People want happiness. People want to be happy. Well, what is happiness? Being happy is a feeling. It's an emotion. You might want more peace, peace again is a feeling. So that is what you need to be focusing on, feeling happy, feeling peaceful. So going back to not being able to control your emotions, we all need a certain amount of the negative emotions. You know, we need a certain amount of fear so we don't make stupid risk, and we consider situations. We need a certain amount of anger for momentum, and it's fine to have these emotions. You should never beat yourself up about it. Feel it, go into it, clear it, and then make a point of coming out of it. Don't stay there too long. Excuse me. Raise your vibration back up as soon as you can, whenever you're done with whatever that is. And I like to think of it like this. If thoughts are pebbles, then emotions are boulders. A boulder can shift a pebble, no problem. But if you want to shift the boulder, you're going to need a lot of pebbles. So you can keep repeating and thinking in your mind as much as you want, but unless your emotions are on board, you're not going to shift that boulder. So it's really important to work on having positive emotions as much as you possibly can. Go through those negative emotions, feel them, let them go, and then raise your vibration back up. And that's what teachers are talking about when they're talking about raising your vibrations. Emotions have frequencies, and this has been proven. There's a scale of consciousness that Dr. David Hawkins first introduced, and on a scale of from 0 to 1,000, love vibrates at 500, and enlightenment vibrates between 700 and 1,000. And on the other end of the scale, fear vibrates at 100. So your vibration is what you are feeling. So you need to work on your feelings. It's so, so important. And it can be done. You do have an element of choice. And when I realized this several years ago, it was a massive aha moment. I knew all the stuff about visualizing, the law of attraction, putting emotions into it, but I hadn't really got it until I realized it is a physiological fact that your emotions come first. Now, where do your emotions come from? Your emotions come from your beliefs. And what happens is when you are feeling a particular feeling and thinking a particular thought a lot, this will strengthen the neural pathway that is associated with that feeling. Okay, so certain neural pathways will dominate, and in a lot of people, unfortunately, the negative feelings dominate. Their negative feelings dominate. Their neural pathways associated with negative feelings are stronger and dominate. And these types of people will often be feeling like warnings, oh, that's scary, and don't do that, be careful, watch out, blah, blah, blah. And that is just then reinforcing all the time these neural pathways that are associated with negative emotions. So those people will feel happiness and joy and peace from time to time, but the negative emotions will dominate because their neural pathways are stronger. So what you need to do is make the neural pathways in your brain that are associated with good feelings, you want to make them stronger. So if you focus on happiness, on feeling good most of the time, you will strengthen those neural pathways and eventually they will dominate. Now you might be thinking, well, how do I do that? Well, you choose how you want to feel. What is it? Joy, love, happiness, gratitude, hope, peace, or all of those. Anyone who knows me knows that my sort of go-to emotion when I want to lift myself up is gratitude. And I make it part of my daily practice to feel gratitude several times a day. And on the consciousness scale, gratitude vibrates at between 700 and 900, depending on the depth of emotion that you put into it. So it vibrates higher than love. So that's my go-to emotion to lift myself up. And I practice it several times a day. So if you want to strengthen those positive neural pathways and feel more happiness, joy, whatever it is, you have to decide how you want to feel, and you have to practice it. And you have to practice it all day long. And that might seem like hard work, but it's not, because it's so much better to feel good. It's so much nicer to feel great and feel happy than it is to feel miserable and pissed off. And don't get me wrong, I'm not being flippant. I've been depressed. I've had depression, so I know how that feels. But you have to make this conscious effort to feel good, positive emotions most of the time. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and then you will find that they do dominate. And then it is fantastic, because you wake up in the morning feeling great, feeling excited for the day. Most of the time during the day, you will be feeling good. Now, it is true also that your emotions, your feelings come from your beliefs. Now, where do our beliefs come from? A lot of them come from the downloads, the programming we took on when we were kids. We took on from our parents, our siblings, teachers, and society in general. And you may find that when you start doing this, choosing to be happy, that your beliefs, your negative beliefs, get in the way. But that is a good thing, because they are coming to the forefront. You are discovering those limiting beliefs, the ones that go, that's ridiculous, there's no point to do this. So it's good that they're coming to the fore. Then you can work on clearing them and overriding them. So like I said, emotions trump thoughts every time. The problem is not your thoughts. Focus on feeling good as much as you can. When you think about it, you can feel angry and think love. You can be really pissed off with someone and still think, well, I love them. But you can't do it the other way around. It's really difficult to feel love and think angry thoughts. You can try, but it just doesn't work. You just end up laughing. And by the same token, thinking positive thoughts when you're feeling negative, or when your self-esteem is really low, or your confidence has been knocked, or you're feeling not worthy, thinking positive thoughts and thinking positive thoughts and saying positive things in your mind is not going to work. If your feelings are not on board, you're just going to feel like you're arguing with yourself. And this is what happens to so many people. They have the goals, they have the dreams, and their emotions are not aligned with those goals. They are not vibrating at the level they need to be to attract those things back, for those goals to manifest. So what happens? They start to give up on those goals. They start to compromise, settle for less, limit themselves. It's not meant to be, and all that crap, which is a real shame. So how to do it? Choose how you want to feel. Choose what emotion you want to dominate. And good to choose one that you can quickly get into. For me, my go-to is gratitude. For you, it might be love. Laughing is also a great way to lift your vibration. So choose what it is you want to feel and practice it all the time. And then you will strengthen the neural pathway in your brain, which is associated with that feeling, and it will become dominant in your mind. All right. So just remember that emotions trump thoughts. Emotions are more important in many ways than your thoughts. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you've enjoyed this, then please share and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any feedback for me or any questions you've got about this, then please put them in the comments or send me a message. Go to my website and send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks very much. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye.